Welcome to This Mom Life Ain't Easy, where we support moms. Emotions can feel overwhelming for adults. Most of us were not taught to process our emotions or sit with our feelings. In fact, many kids today are still taught that being angry is bad and feeling happy is good. The reality is that all emotions are valid and have some type of purpose. The problem isn't the emotion, it's not the feeling. The problem is when we combine uncomfortable emotions with a dysregulated nervous system. That's when we can drop into our fight, flight, or freeze response and it takes over. This cuts off access to logical thinking. So just to clarify, your nervous system isn't the bad guy in this scenario. In fact, in the case of the sympathetic nervous system, it is our internal emergency management system. It's there to help ramp up our responses in the case of an emergency. The problem is that in normal day-to-day life, for most of us, it is getting activated unnecessarily in our parasympathetic system, which should be maintaining and managing more of our day-to-day lives. It's being pushed to the side. So this causes that on edge feeling that many of us experience throughout the day. That feeling where you might even find yourself repeating something like, I can't take one more thing today. Why does this happen? So it comes back to another part of our nervous system, specifically the brain. Now remember, I'm a biologist by training, so I'm gonna geek out for you for a minute. It's called the limbic system. And the limbic system is a set of structures in the brain that deal with emotions and memory. Among other things, it regulates your nervous system and hormone function in response to emotions. This is also linked to memory. So some of this you'll see is the idea of repeating old patterns when you're faced with stress or similar circumstances. During moderate stress, our logical brain can still compensate and prevent sympathetic nervous system takeover. But as the level of stress increases, it becomes harder and harder for the logical brain to stay in control. And at some point, the scales shift and the limbic system overrides the logical brain and the fight or flight response is kicked off. It's an all or none. The pot boils over and you flip your lid. At this point, logic and critical thinking is thrown out the window as your nervous system seeks safety. You are in reactive mode. What does that mean in terms of parenting? Well, this is when you are on a deadline and come out of your home office to run to the bathroom and step on a Lego and you just scream, either like, ah, or at the person near you, right? What will happen if the kid that left the Lego is sitting right there? Are you going to be proud of how you show up? Are you going to be happy with the way that feels? If you aren't happy with it, what will you do to fix what happened? So this is where learning how to properly regulate, apologize, repair, and stay present become really important for you and your kids. Make sure to check out my video on regulation and parenting for some tips on why and how to get regulated when these things happen. Because the reality is these are going to be entwined. If you don't know about the authentic steps for apology and repair, for those times when you do flip your lid, subscribe to my newsletter and I'll send you the cheat sheet. The link is in the description below. Make sure to subscribe so that you can learn more about what it takes to regulate our nervous systems, regulate our emotions, and deal with our tweens and teens with all of their new emotions, thoughts, and feelings as well. Okay, bye.